Hello, this is Hisako, the midwife from Midwifery Clinic Boo. Today, I would like to take the opportunity to explain the various ways that one can lift the breast. Yes, well, about breastfeeding. Right now, due to the impact of COVID, there are no prenatal classes for pregnant women, so they don't have a place to learn how to breastfeed their babies. When the baby is actually born, they might be like, okay, let's try this for the first time, and feel unsure about what to do. Well, I really want pregnant women and new moms to watch this video. Yes, when it comes to breastfeeding methods, you might not immediately understand everything, so I would like to provide a detailed lecture through this video to help you out. Please cooperate. Actually, the best way for me to go about doing it is by showing my breasts.
No way.
No.
You'll get banned on YouTube.
What? We'll get banned from YouTube? Will it be banned? It seems that I cannot show anything that could get me banned, but really, I wish that I could show you proper breastfeeding.
You cannot show Chikubi on video.
Don't mention Chikubi, it's the nipple.
My apologies.
Ideally, demonstrating properly would be the easiest way for you to understand, but unfortunately, I can't do that. It's due to a YouTube ban policy. So, I'm really sorry, but I'll have to do it over my clothes. Alright, first of all, for newborns who are around 1 month old, mothers who have had children before tend to have breasts that are nicely sagging. This is often the case for women who have gone through childbirth previously. It's like a scene from a Yoshimoto Shinkigeki comedy. But instead, we're talking about people with beautiful, perky breasts. You know, breasts that are not sagging and are positioned high. When breastfeeding, while it's possible to do it just from the side, this just from the side approach is, I'll just use a nursing pillow for a moment. You know, when you're breastfeeding sideways, you typically do it like this, in the usual breastfeeding position, and stretch like this. When breastfeeding sideways, be careful of this point. At the moment, the baby is facing upwards and the breast is positioned over here. In this particular state, do you understand? The baby's body will be facing upwards, but the baby's face and head will be turned towards the breast. In this twisted state, the body is facing this way, but if the breasts are positioned here, the face is turned that way. This is unnatural for the body, so the baby instinctively tries to turn the neck back towards the body. Can you understand what babies do? They end up pulling the breast towards them, even if it's on the other side, which results in them drinking while pulling. So, when you are cradle hold, the baby's body is facing upwards and only the face is turned towards the breast. This is not considered good. This will result in your nipple getting pulled while drinking. Turn the whole body sideways. Take a position where the mom's stomach and chest are closely touching the baby's stomach and chest. In this position, make sure to hold the area located under the ear using a C hold. Form a C shape and carefully secure it underneath the ear. Fix it firmly. Secure it with C. Turn the body completely sideways, ensuring that you support under the ear firmly with one hand. With the other hand, support the breast and bring it to the correct height. If the breast is pointing downward, make sure to lift it up like this. You don't want it now. Sorry, you're full at the moment, right? In this position, see, just like this. You're lying on your side. For those who feel unstable, using a cushion like this and leaning back further can be helpful. In this position, ensure that the entire body and face are facing the breast while feeding. So right now you're holding this way, but you could also reverse it, supporting with this hand, and use the arm on the same side as the breast to support the breast while feeding like this. Once the baby latches on well, in this position, you can smoothly slide your arm here and gently remove your hand, allowing you to breastfeed comfortably and without any strain. Until the baby latches on properly, keep maintaining this wobbly position to ensure a good latch. Even if you try hard to feed the baby in this condition, the baby's neck wobbles, making it difficult for them to latch onto the nipple properly. Therefore, it's important to ensure a good latch by having the tongue wrap around and secure the nipple. Until you achieve a state where the baby is properly latched and starts sucking, it's better to stabilize the baby with a C-hold. Once the baby successfully latches on the nipple, you smoothly insert your other hand, supporting the baby's body and taking the other hand out. And always be careful to make sure the baby's body is properly pulled close to the mom. Let's make sure that while the body is facing upwards, the face is not turned towards the breast. This is for cradle hold. This is for cradle hold, but no matter how hard the mom tries, she ends up hunching over more and more like this, doing it like this, and like this. Look, at this point in time, your neck is already sticking out in front of your spine. This state is a very unnatural posture. If you keep breastfeeding like this, your neck, shoulders, and back will become very stiff. It's very stressful, so although it's quite difficult, try your best to relax and unwind. Let's release the tension and correct our posture. You don't want to be in this posture, right? So instead of trying to have your breast closer to the baby, when you relax in this position, if your breast is here, and I'm wearing my bra so it's in a higher position right now, and the baby's position doesn't align, you need to adjust by adding another layer under the nursing cushion. Adjust the height so that you don't have to bend like this, and align the baby's height to the position of your breast. I think the least burdensome way to breastfeed is to maintain a correct posture, and if possible, lean back to the point of being supported. You see, like this, and you need to relax first and also make sure your body is not bent. This is important. This is cradle hold.
Yes. Next, during cradle hold, if the baby's body is facing this way with the breast on this side and only the neck is turned to face this way, it can lead to a situation where the baby is pulling while nursing. If this is repeated, what could happen? When a baby pulls on the nipple sideways, it can cause a laceration. When this junction is pulled, it can cause laceration. The boundary between the nipple and areola is referred to as the nipple-areolar junction. When this junction is pulled, it can cause laceration. Yes, this is a characteristic of being pulled while breastfeeding. The tip of the nipple may become damaged. Blood blister or water blister may form. When this problem occurs, it's not due to the pulling, but usually due to improper wrapping of your baby's tongue on the nipple. Your nipple is basically twisting inside. Eventually, the nipple gets twisted in the baby's mouth, causing pressure in unusual places, leading to injuries. This is poor latch-on and weak wrapping of the tongue. Therefore, in these cases, it is important to repeatedly check whether the nipple is positioned correctly and deeply positioned in the baby's mouth. When the latching is too shallow and when you think, ouch, it usually means the baby isn't latching properly. If you continue enduring this pain, the tip of the nipple will likely get injured. If the nipple-areola complex, the boundary between the nipple and areola, is cut and painful, it's because of the pull sideways. To avoid this, you should prevent the pulling action. However, when the baby is positioned sideways, it's easy for the baby's face to be turned one way and the body another.
In such cases, pulling will definitely happen, so you need to explore methods to prevent pulling. This sideways position carries this risk. In that case, you'll only do vertical position, okay? Upright hold is like this. Nenechan is only 1 month old, so her neck is still wobbly, and she can't hold her head up yet. So it is hard to hold her vertically like this, because the baby is very wobbly. It's very hard, and some mothers find it difficult to hold their babies upright. But I want you to practice this. When you hold the baby's body vertically, the mom's body and the baby's body naturally become parallel to each other. They don't drink like this. They are parallel. As long as your body is parallel to the baby's body, there's no need to pull the nipple to the side. With upright holding, it is less likely for the breast to develop lacerations or injuries. For mothers who get injuries at the nipple-areolar junction, I think practicing upright hold would be beneficial. You will not be in a position where you will be pulled. It's like this, not like this. Yes, at that time you should sit the child on mom's lap and then have them spread their legs apart. Well, they might not be able to open much, but let them sit like this. Then support them under their ears in a C hold, just like when holding them in a cradle. Actually, it's already stable enough at this point. And then position the baby so that they are sitting near the groin area, specifically close to the mother's groin region. The baby will collapse forward. The baby gets squished and eventually ends up nodding off while still latched onto the breast. You see, when they nod like this, your breasts get pulled, right? This can also cause injury, so the trick is to sit the baby a little bit away from your stomach to avoid any discomfort or potential harm. Alright, please hold the area under the ear firmly using a C hold. Okay, I'm sorry. Make sure to support the breast with your other hand. You don't like it. Now, in this position, can you see? The baby's back. You see how it's not hunched over? Do you understand? Oh, you burped. So it's more so that the baby's back arches backward. This kind of posture. Not like this, but the baby takes this posture. So position the baby a little away from you, making sure to support their neck so that their back arches slightly. This positioning allows the baby to look up at you comfortably. By keeping the baby in this position, you can ensure a more natural and comfortable feeding. By keeping the baby in this position, you can ensure a more natural and comfortable feeding. This way, you are not getting pulled while breastfeeding. Make sure that you are in a position where the baby is looking up at you. Well, it seems Nene-chan doesn't want a drink right now, but let her have a seat. Support under the ear firmly. In a looking up pose. You don't like it right now, sorry. As the back arches. The face is looking upwards. Do you get what I mean? It's like this. This is upright hold. Now, regarding the height of the knees, you need to align the height of the breast with the baby's mouth. In this particular case, when feeding in the upright hold, you don't need a nursing pillow. When you're sitting on the sofa, try to keep your knees together. Move your foot slightly forward like this. Not like that, but more like this. Then the position of the knee will naturally drop down. If the baby's position is too low, you can bring your knees over here to raise the position. Consequently, both the baby's position will be higher as much as the breast. For those who still find this insufficient, please bring something to substitute. If the baby's position still doesn't align well, you can bring a substitute like this. Although this height is a little too high, you could use something to lift your legs. This one seems a little too high. Maybe half the height would be much better, but I would recommend you do this way. What I want you to be careful about is to make sure the mother doesn't lean forward like this. I think it's best for the mother to be in a position where she is leaning back and the baby is leaning toward her. Yeah. You don't like it? Sorry. This is upright hold. And then, shall we do the football hold? Okay, next is football hold. Okay, put on your nursing pillow. Here we go. In the football hold, you gently lay the baby down on your side like this. You would put the nursing pillow horizontally like this. If you have two nursing pillows, you can adjust the height by adding another layer. Just like with the cradle hold technique, if the height is insufficient and you only have one pillow, you can add another layer. Yes, that's right. Yes, then move the baby sideways. Bring the baby to your side just like this, and in a similar manner, support under the ear using a C hold. You really don't like this, sorry. With your other hand, support the breast from below, just like this, in this position. Yes, or you can switch hands and provide support under the neck with the opposite hand, while supporting under the ear with the other hand. I believe this method is also perfectly fine. Yes, this is also very comfortable. Even in football hold during this time, the body is positioned facing upwards. It's not about the neck turning this way or that way, but rather being able to nurse in the same direction as the body, which makes it less likely to pulling. Therefore, the football hold is also recommended. So, make sure you are not like this, and please be very conscious of correcting your posture properly. Yes?
Yes, 3 types: cradle hold, upright hold, and football hold. Okay, I introduced these 3 types of breastfeeding methods. Then, I also introduce another method. You can use 2 or 3 nursing pillows stacked together for better support. Or what I often find really helpful is tying a body pillow like this to make a loop. This method can be quite effective. And then, excuse me for just a moment. Then you will wear this. And in this state, you might typically use something like this, but today I'll go without it. In this state, sorry, Nene-chan.
You will put your baby inside here like this. Here we go. Then, while still in this position, place the nipple in the baby mouth. So, Once you feel like the baby has latched on well, since it's very stable, you can let go of your hands and do hands-free breastfeeding. Where's my smartphone? When you can do hands-free breastfeeding, your hands become free, and it really frees you to multitask and manage other things while still ensuring your baby is feeding properly. Therefore, whether you are latching the baby or during any breastfeeding or freehand breastfeeding when providing support, make sure to hold firmly with a C hold. When you feel your baby latching onto your nipple securely, release your hand like this. And then release your other hand as well. Let go, and now your hand's free. Okay, now both hands are free. Yes, what should we do? Yes. Shall I handle the smartphone? Should we have a drink? Okay, shall we continue watching TV like this? We can also look at magazines. It's really enjoyable. It's been an hour since I noticed. Time flies by so quickly. That's why this hands-free breastfeeding method is incredibly convenient for new mothers. If you don't have a body pillow that can be tied into a donut shape, you can easily use 2 or 3 nursing pillows stacked together for the same effect. Alternatively, you can take a blanket that you use for sleeping, roll it up into a sushi roll shape, wrap it around your waist. Whatever you use instead of a cushion, you can still breastfeed hands-free without any issues. I think it might be a good idea to try it like this. Those are the 4 ways to breastfeed. Right. This is the method for breastfeeding, so the key point is to ensure that the mother's body and the baby's body are parallel. As the baby grows bigger and starts nursing while lying down. You know, like when the mother is lying down like this. And the baby like this too. I mean, the mother is lying on her side and the baby is lying on their back with their face turned towards the breast for feeding. This is the situation that your baby is feeding in. This is the reason why your baby is pulling on the breast. When the baby is lying down facing upwards with only their neck turned towards the breast, the baby pulls your breast toward their body like this. This can become the cause of laceration of nipple areolar junction. If it's not cut and doesn't hurt, then it's fine. But if your breasts feel a bit sore and it's due to pulling, then it's definitely the pulling that's causing the cuts. In that case, make sure the baby is facing the mother with their whole body turned towards her, not just their face. Keeping the bodies parallel is important. It's the same in upright hold, right? It's parallel, isn't it? It's parallel. So, yes, when feeding the baby while lying on your side, make sure to pull the baby close so that your stomachs are parallel, ensuring the baby's body is not facing upwards with only the face turned towards you. And always aim to create this kind of state. This way, the baby won't end up pulling the nipple. No matter what breastfeeding method you choose to use, whether it's the football hold, the upright hold, or even lying down, it is always important to ensure that the baby's body is facing the mother. If it hurts a bit when the baby latches on, it means the latch isn't correct. Since the baby isn't latching on properly, if you endure and continue breastfeeding, instead of the base of the nipple, the tip of the nipple gets twisted inside the baby's mouth, causing pressure and resulting in an injury at the tip of the nipple. Yes, if there is a cut at the tip of the nipple, it means that the baby is not being properly latched on. If you hear a sucking sound or feel any sort of pain, it definitely means that the latch is not correct.
It's not because your baby is sucking this too strong that it hurts. It's painful because it hasn't been latched onto my nipples properly, even if the baby is strong. I think it would be good to keep these points in mind while breastfeeding. Yes, pregnant with the 12th child, midwife. Huh?
I messed up again. For the past 6 months, I've been doing the ending 12th pregnancy, the pregnant midwife Hisako's parenting school, but I have gotten too used to it. I'm sorry. The baby has already been born. Yes, let's start over. I've just given birth to my 12th child. Please subscribe to Midwife Hisako's parenting school channel and please enroll.